go ahead, I'll fill in this back here. Might need to drag another drawing. Yes. 3 dimensions.
What?
3 dimensions. Yeah.
You know, like the body can come up.
Show you how to do it. Hey, how's it going? What's your name? Sebastian?
My name is...
Yeah, I remember you guys.
You have a Charlie Venture.
Maybe later?
Do you know him?
Yes!
Do you know me?
Not yet. What's your name? Igor? Come on. Alright, how's everyone doing today?
What are you great? Thank you for asking.
Okay? Because I'm a drummer.
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay. Everyone know what we're doing today?
3D printing.
3D printing. So, what is 3D printing, do you know? Go ahead.
It's a machine that kind of spits out a certain type of really heavy duty plastic, and it melts it when it goes through and it makes shapes.
Exactly. Where do the shapes come from? Go ahead. Hang on one second. Let someone else answer.
From the software that you use?
Yes. Yeah, so like Sketchup. So raise your hand if you've used Sketchup before. Okay, very good. So some of you have it. So that's the program we're going to be using today. We're going to learn how to design an object inside the computer. You can take that object and export it to a 3D printer. Okay, we have one that's working right now. It's building some keychains. But the 3D printer will take the 3D file that you're making, in this case Sketchup, and print it out via melting plastic into the object that you designed in the computer. Okay, so I like to show some examples of what you can print. This is nothing. Some guy was just playing around with SketchUp and he wanted to play with the different tools. So he just designed this square of it kind of looks like a camera, but it's just a block of plastic really. I'll pass it around so you guys can see it. And we designed that in SketchUp and we printed it. It took, anyone know how long a block like
8
that would
hours.
take? Raise your hand, first of all. Go ahead.
5 hours.
1 hour?
5 hours.
A little bit longer than that. Go ahead. Yeah, actually an object like that with the printer, in this case the Replicator 2, would take about 6 hours. Go ahead. Did you have a question?
Oh, no, let's see.
Let me go ahead and pass around some objects. Not these.
No, the ones we made.
The problem with doing that is there's so many of you, we don't have time to print. You know, imagine, say, it takes usually like this chess piece, took about an hour to print. So, you know, do the math, that'd be a lot of time. So, if you come back, we'll talk and we can print something.
Go back to that.
Go ahead and pass it on. That's the chess piece. Anyone know which chess piece?
The tower thing.
Yeah, the queen. Okay? What is this? House. This is also designed in SketchUp by, did you guys do the scavenger hunt yet?
Yeah.
So this is designed by Kathleen. They've met her. And by the way, my name is Austin. And I work with Kathleen and Eric. Some of you have met me before. And we have a good time in the Edge, so we hope to see you in the future. But I'll go ahead and pass this around. This is something that Kathleen designed in SketchUp. Okay?
Don't blow on it.
Okay.
Getting in.
So, I like this one.
Phone case.
Phone case, right?
Oh,
Now in this case,
that's nice.
we downloaded this one. So I searched, it was a iPhone 5S, I believe, so I just searched that. And someone else designed this phone case, found it, and I downloaded it into the computer, and printed it out into the printer. Now, what's your name? Madeline? Madeline, sorry. Like Madeline explained, there's a, basically the idea of it is that it's melting down plastic. So this you can think of as the ink, quote unquote, of the 3D printer. Okay? It wraps around, it hangs out on the back, and it gets pulled through with this motor here, and it pulls it in, this plastic, and melts it down and draws the object that you've created in the computer. So, say you design a cone, for example. Right? You can see this is what it looks like in the program. You upload that to the printer, and it melts down the plastic and creates a cone. I'm going to pass this around and not use it.
But what's your hand?
Say it again?
I'm gonna make all that.
I can show you how. I can show you how. You can make whatever you want. But we're not going to actually print it today. If you want to print something, come back and we'll talk.
We'll probably come back today.
But we have to pay.
If we come back,
Go ahead.
so can we make a furniture?
Could. What would you like to make? Couch? A bed?
Yeah.
We can make both.
But wouldn't it feel uncomfortable?
What's that?
Like because they're plastic.
Right. So the printers we have are plastic printers, meaning they print plastic. They print plastic objects. Okay. What are some other types of materials that you might be able to print with? Not necessarily with these. Go ahead, since you brought it. Iron or metal, right? So they do have metal printers, but they're very, very expensive. So the difference with the plastic printers is you could actually go to Home Depot and buy one if you wanted to. Go ahead in the back. Glass, right? And he said in the video they do print with glass. I don't know much about that, but I guess
Which one
they
these
do.
do? Sand?
Go ahead.
Human cells.
Human cells, right? So I really think the medical field is going to be affected in a big way with 3D printing. Imagine being able to print a transplant that a patient needed, instead of having to get it from, sitting on a waiting list and get it. You could actually print it and have it right then and there. Go ahead. Houses, they're actually doing this where they have huge 3D printers just like this, except massive, right? And it's printing out the concrete foundation of the house. It's the same idea, going left and right, forward and back, up and down, and creating a house foundation. And I believe they actually have printers that have printed a whole house. Not necessarily something you'd want to live in just yet, but something to think about for the future. What's that? You want to live in a 3D printed house? Me too.
I just have a question.
Yeah, sure.
The items that one of the teams won, were those all made from these printers?
Yes.
They were, okay.
Yes.
So the bracelets and the clips
Right.
were made from this printer here?
Yes.
That's
Yep. So some of them we designed ourselves, other ones someone else designed, uploaded, and we downloaded them and printed them.
Great.
Good question. Okay, so let's go ahead and get designing. So the program we're going to use is Sketchup. This is a free program. You can download at home. You should see the icon on the desktop, Sketchup 2014. Go ahead and double-click that. And when you're presented with this screen, just hit Start Using Sketchup. Okay? And you should be at the screen here. Normally we would hook up a mouse, but there's so many computers, you're just going to have to deal with it. Sorry.
Look, I'm drawing.
Okay, everyone get the Sketchup open?
Yeah.
That's okay.
What are you doing?
She's trying.
What?
Anyway, so what do you want to make? A bed, a couch,
I'm making something.
phone case? All right, well, that's kind of advanced. Let's start with the bed. How about that?
How about a pool?
All right, we can do a pool, but let's start off. I'll show you how to make a bed. All right, what shape is a bed?
Rectangle.
Rectangular. All right. So if you see at the top, there's actually a tool. I'm going to hit the drop-down menu, and I want to hit rectangle. You want to find that rectangle, the one with the square and the red line going through it. It is that right there. You want to have the rectangle tool selected, and once I have that, I'll help you guys out in a minute, those of you who are having trouble finding it. You go ahead and you draw the rectangle like that. Okay, so I have a rectangle. Is that 2D or 3D?
2D.
Who thinks it's 2D? Raise their hand. Okay, who thinks it's 3D? Okay, it's not 3D yet, but we can make it 3D. How would we do that?
What do? You put another one on top.
Okay, that's one way of thinking. What were you going to say in Plaid? You've used SketchUp before. It's exactly what you do. You go ahead and you click on the push-pull tool, which is the square with a red arrow, and you go ahead and you can pull up the rectangle, or in this case, the mattress. Okay? And I'd want to put some pillows on this bed.
How do you go back, undo it?
Okay, so to go back and undo it, you can either hold Control on the keyboard and push Z, or you can go Edit. You can push Edit and hit Undo.
Or you can do
Same thing.
erasure.
Or you can do Eraser, but that's not really undoing it.
What
All right, so how would I, who knows, who has an idea? And you guys in the back, go ahead and roll forward so you can see what the people on the computer are doing. You too, you guys, if you want to move forward. Taco, sir? Shirt? Go ahead and move forward. What's your shirt say? That's great, I love those jokes. All right, so go ahead. How would we do a pillow? How would we make a pillow on the bed? Go ahead.
How do you pull it up?
Exactly. So you can actually use the rectangle tool again, or the box tool. In this case, you go ahead and you click, and you can draw. If I wanted to draw a pillow, I'm going to draw it on the bed just like that, and use the push-pull tool to pull it up. So I want a comfortable pillow, so I'll make it kind of.
So what would I put?
All right. Now, what you're going to want to remember with this program are these four tools right here. They're some of the most important tools in the program. These are your viewing tools. So you can use, you have the orbit, the hand, and the magnifying glass. Those are your three. Basically, you can turn, you can go left and right, and you can go in and out as far as your perspective. So you go and you click on the orbit tool, and you can change your view like that. See? And I can look at different sides of it. Okay, so say, I want to make bedposts. I could go to the bottom of it and add the bedpost. I could draw a square using the rectangle tool. And go like that. Use the push-pull tool and pull it down. Look at that. And I have a bedpost. All right, that's probably going to fall over, so I'd have to make 4 more. But keep in mind, with this, whatever you design in SketchUp, as far as these printers, you're limited to the size of the printer itself. So if we wanted to print out a bed, you really couldn't because it's so small. It'd be a small bed. So you might have to think smaller than that. That's why I kind of throw out ideas beforehand. Go ahead.
That bedpost that you made,
Yes.
is there a way to copy it and then put it on the other?
Yes, there is. If you were so inclined, actually what I would do is, before I pulled it, I would copy it first, then pull it. So I would, if you use, in this case I'm using this selecting tool. This is this black arrow, and I think I should be able to draw a little square. Wait, let's think about this. If I put a rectangle, it should already be selected.
How do I unselect everything?
The way you would do it is you would use this. You would have to, so you can click on it, Control V, or Control C, and then Control V, and then you could keep doing that. But that's kind of advanced. I would just draw it in this case because we don't have a lot of time. And then I could go and pull out the bedposts. Oh, or actually I could go up like that. Work smarter, not harder. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and actually you don't have to design a bed. Go ahead and try using the shape and the push-pull tool and try designing whatever you want. You made Pac-Man.
I did?
What? Yes. Very nice. Your bed, you're gonna fall on the floor, sir. All right. So
You like this bed?
anyone know how to do 3D text?
Yeah.
Oh yes, I just did that.
I know you know how to do it. How do you do it, sir? You go to Tools, and you go down to 3D Text, right? Okay, so I'm going to put on my bed Austin's cool bed. I'm going to hit Enter, and I'm going to hit Place, and look at that, Austin's cool bed. And I'm going to use the Scale tool up top to pull it up.
No, we don't have that kind of bed. How did I mess you up? Look at this. What kind of bed is that? Mine. That's a weird bed.
Remember, Tools, 3D Text, if you want to do it. We got a couple more minutes, so you guys are going to wrap it up soon.
And now with the table, that's what I'm doing next. Measure. What are you doing?
Killian. Me?
Yeah.
Igor, this bed.
What is this? Looks like an office building.
It's too big.
I love it. It's great. What is this? Is that a shark?
Oh. Where do you get shark from? It's my house.
Alright, I'll show you. You got a fin, it's another fin. The head's over here.
Oh yeah,
The
the mouth.
tail. Yeah. What is it? This is your house? Zoom out with the magnifying glass.
Wait, this?
Yeah.
With tools.
Yeah, there you go.
3D text.
Go up. This is your bed.